back to back to back. 3 straight Mountain West championships for your Boise State Broncos, and they do it against UNLV for the 3rd time in a row. How sweet it was as the rain came down and the smiles all around the blue. An unforgettable season, full of ups and downs, and here we are live on the blue. It is the Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show, brought to you by DrinkSip. We got Taylor Thorpe, we got Jay Tust.
We got Bronco Nation.
We got Bronco Nation behind us. Make some noise, Bronco Nation. How about it? How about it? A big win, and we have a lot to get to. We're going to get to your highlights. Latrell Caples, Marco Notriani, a bunch of people are going to show up. But first and foremost, last year in the Mountain West, go win it for 30 in a row. Taylor, I want to start with you because you said, I am stoked.
That's it. I can't tell you how excited I am as a fan, first of all, but as an alum, and just the fact that everything played out the way it did. Like, how did we end up here? How did we end up with a title game on the blue? I don't really know, but I know that we showed up. I kind of knew that we would. Honestly, I felt like going into today, I don't know about you guys, but I just felt like we were going to come to play. The offense showed up. The defense showed up. Everybody showed up tonight, and it was legitimately one of the greatest, to have the Mountain West going out party for us. I don't know, man. I'm pretty stoked.
Jay, you've covered this team for a long time. You know what this feels like.
Back to back to back. I mean, there is literally no better way to go out and say goodbye to the Mountain West as we pack up and move on over to a new conference during the offseason. You're exactly right, Taylor. I thought the boys, every phase of the game, they dominated today. And you want to play your best ball at the end of the season. This was one of Boise State's best efforts of the season. And from the jump, a big hit by Max Siege up until the very end, one last defensive stop. Boise State pretty much dominated this thing from start to finish.
So let's take a look at the highlights. 38-21. Your Boise State Broncos, the three-peat is secured. It started off with Buck, Ty Benefield picking up that fumble. That's when Bronco Nation went nuts, and I thought that was so key, getting a turnover right from the get-go.
Well, that was such a play, too, where it was like a max effort play. It looked like UNLV was going to hit a big gain on that play, and what happened? Jeremiah Irby comes in, holds him up just long enough for Bowen Phelps, continuing to pursue to hit the ball carrier from behind. Ty Benefield falls on it. Over on offense, they immediately cashed in, and Maddox Madsen looked absolutely wonderful in mid-season form. The foot was fine.
Yeah, and that's what I think we loved is Maddox Madsen. A lot of chatter for him over the last few weeks, so he's injured, and then Max Cutforth comes in. Having a solid game for Max and Maddox was just huge, I think, tonight.
You know what? It still feels like Maddox has something to prove to Bronco Nation. Well, how about this little nugget for you here, Taylor? Maddox Madsen ends his career undefeated in Mountain West games in which he started and finished. And the reason why I add that nugget, his only loss was to Fresno State a couple of weeks ago when the guy played like 4 minutes in the game. So Maddox, nearly unbeatable and pretty much unbeatable when he starts and finishes the game against Mountain West opponents.
And I know that we don't know if he's done yet, right? Ends his career, he does have some time left.
Yep.
Point is I think it's it's awesome to point out that Maddox came back, and everybody was kind of questioning, should Max start? Should Maddox play? You know, the fact that Maddox came in and led this offense the way he did, I want to give it up to our offense. I want to give it up to Nate Potter. I want to give it up to everybody because when the plays were needed to be made, when the calls were needed to be made, we made them, and that was awesome.
As you take a look, it was a 21-0 lead for the Broncos. Got a little bit close there. I thought one of the turning points, we just showed the highlight, was that touchdown pass to Malik Sherrod. That's when it felt like there was an exhale for Bronco Nation. And that was important because as it got close, I think there was a lot of nerves in the stadium tonight.
Well, I mean, right before halftime, right, and all of a sudden UNLV gets on the board. They make it a 21-7 game, and then all of a sudden you're looking up at the clock, and if Boise State doesn't go on a drive here, you're going to give UNLV enough time to get the ball back and maybe go make it a one-score game. But that's when the Broncos really responded, and you bring up Nate Potter and the offense and stuff. I think that they have really found a way to utilize Malik Sherrod down the stretch here. He's really doing it in the passing game, not so much the ground game, but he has been really explosive over the last couple of weeks, Taylor.
Yeah, you talk about a balanced attack is always the preferable way to go about it. I think Nate, over not just tonight but the last few weeks, has really shown what our offense is capable of. And it's always going to be revolved around running the ball, right, and an offensive production of a mentality. But I also think that you need to have that big play potential. You need to have some of that creativity that we all as Bronco Nation want to see. And, again, I think tonight was another staple of in the biggest moments, we can show that not only can we run the ball, we can throw, we can hit some big plays downfield, but we had some great creative plays.
And I think that last year, whenever Boise State was in a tough moment, what did they do? They turned to number 2 and said, hey, go save us, buddy, right? And this year, they spent a little bit of their time building their identity. And look how many guys impacted the game tonight. You had Cam Bates, his first career receiving touchdown, emphasis on receiving because he has scored a rushing 65 yards receiving all in the first half, right? Malik Sherrod, 60 yards receiving. He took that 39-yarder to the house. Chase frickin' Penry.
I know.
The guy's been playing college ball
Still
for
wondering if that
ever.
was a touchdown, by the way. It was dead close. Dead
Just
close.
give it to him for crying out loud. Either way, a career 96 receiving yards for him. And Chase has been so clutch on 3rd and long this season. He had that big 3rd and long catch. 3rd and 17, they converted. He goes for 46 yards. I feel like that's actually kind of what jump-started the offense overall. And now Chase, he has 5 catches on the season in 3rd or long situations. 3rd and 10 or more situations, that is. That's top 10 in the country. For a guy that doesn't have a large volume of catches right there, that's absolutely amazing. And come on, why are we marking him down at the 1-inch line, guys?
And I love how we slowed down, waited for the block. Like that was just such a smart play. As we take a look, 38-21, Boise State gets the win. Some tough stats tonight. There is really some kind of historical moments that have, maybe not individually as far as this game, but we learned some things about Bronco Nation and this Boise State team tonight.
Well, I'm not going to lie. We're going to get a little salty with some of these. But
I like it.
But that's
I'm here
okay.
for the salt.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know which one we're going to first. But when it comes to what Boise State has been able to do in the Mountain West Conference, specifically against UNLV, they are now 5-0. Against UNLV over the last 3 seasons, right? UNLV has only lost 6 total games over the last 2 seasons. How many have they lost to Boise State over that span? 4 times. Overall, though, Boise State over the last 734 days has now beaten UNLV 5 times, all 5 times that they have played, right? They are the first team to beat an opponent 5 times in a 734-day span since at least 1980.
I wasn't alive
probably
then.
goes back.
I wasn't alive.
I wasn't even alive then.
So
It's a great J-Tuss.
Taylor Tharp, was he alive? We don't know.
It might go back even further than that, but right now, like, quick stats only allows to do research back to 1980. But that is absolute sheer dominance. When we heard all this noise from UNLV that they want to come at the champs, well, what is it? What's the saying? If you come at the champs, you best not miss. And you best not miss 5 times in a row.
Can I just jump in and say, was there ever a doubt?
Taylor.
Was there ever a doubt? I want to reiterate what I think that my friends or Bronco Nation would love to, like, going into this game tonight. I really don't think there was a doubt. We knew, first of all, how did we get this game on the blue? I don't know the metrics and all this, but to go ahead, first of all, to host this game for the championship and our going out party for the Mountain West Conference Championship, like, there was never a doubt for me. And I was with a bunch of fans and alums, and there was just such a feeling of, like, okay, we're here, and we're in this moment. We've been here before, and we're going to perform, and we did.
In my opinion, if they ever try to make, like, one home or one location the site of a Mountain West Conference championship game or a Pac-12 championship game, it might as well be here because it's the best home field advantage in either conference.
Bronco Nation, you brought it tonight.
Hey, Bronco Nation, let's go. Let's go.
Make some noise.
How about this? 10 total false starts by UNLV in 8 quarters of action against Boise State this season. 10 false starts.
I was a little frustrated.
That is 50 yards that Bronco Nation just went out and earned for their football
all day
team.
long with the rain. I was hoping it would continue just because I know UNLV plays in the Dome. They're used to playing those fair weather games. Like, we're used to this. This is us. This is us in these type of games. So I was ready for it to – it actually was kind of light weather.
I think that's a good point. When it was raining, it kind of felt like, you know what, let's win it this way.
Yep.
Let's win it this way. I don't want 75 and
Don't
sunny.
want any
Let's win
excuse.
it.
Exactly, yep.
And,
you know what?
Maddox Madsen, I know you have a stat on him.
Yeah.
That's huge.
He's been outstanding, especially in front of Bronco Nation. He entered today with over 3,000 passing yards in his career at home, 34 touchdowns. touchdown passes, only 4 interceptions on the Blue, a quarterback efficiency rating near 170 in home games here at Albertson Stadium, right? Well, now if you add on his 3 passing touchdowns, he has 37 career passing touchdowns on the Blue. That is 4th most in the FBS era, and the only guys above him are the legends. Kellen Moore, Ryan Dinwiddie, and Bart Hendricks. Those guys played a lot of football here,
and Taylor
but Maddox gets to come back. Sorry, not.
Oh, sorry.
I might have missed that. Nope, not Taylor. I'm sorry, buddy. But, I mean, he's just having an incredible career here. Like I mentioned, never lost to a Mountain West team in a game that he started and finished. That injury a couple weeks ago was just crushing, but this team found a way to get back off the mat, and a big reason they were able to do that is their fearless leader. 2 years ago, they had a 1% chance of making the Mountain West Conference Championship game, and they went down and they won the darn thing, right? They go back last year with Ashton Genty, the best player in all of college football. They win it again. They come back this year, and it looks like they might not make it in. And then all of a sudden, some magic happens, and Spencer motivates these guys, and now they're staring at a 38-21 victory in the Mountain West Conference Championship game. So how impressive is the start to this guy's career? He is now the 2nd head coach in FBS history to start off his career with 3 conference title game victories in his first 3 years as a head coach. The only other guy to do it was Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma, but Spencer Danielson entering some extremely rare company.
And what I love about Spencer's story is you look at the 3 championships and how different each one was. First, he comes in after Avalos gets let go, tries to rally the troops, they rally, Taylor Green, the whole deal. Second, one of the greatest seasons of all time, Heisman Trophy runner-up, maybe should have been the winner. And then this season, holy moly, USF, the loss against San Diego State, these losses where it just feels like, okay, maybe it's done, and his message has always been the same.
Yeah, I think that's huge to point out. First of all, the 3 seasons that Coach Danielson's been our coach, have we ever stopped believing? And if you have, you should not, because like he has proven to us as Bronco Nation,
making a song about,
right?
Don't stop believing.
We should never stop believing in Coach Danielson and his team. He's always been true. He's always been true to form. And I honestly, I've gotten to know a bunch of the players, and I think it's awesome to hear their reciprocation of him and the staff and how much they believe in what the message is and what, as alums, we all want to hear that the Bronco Nation, the guys are representing what we've always wanted them to represent, which is just hard-nosed, tough football and showing up on the Blue when it matters most. As far as Mad Dog, I do want to just say, take everything out. I don't really care about stats. I don't really care about the injuries.
Hold on. Cover your ears. Cover your ears.
No, I'm super. I'm just.
I'm super. 4 total touchdowns,
first of all,
right? In a championship game.
I'm super proud of Max Cut for stepping up the last couple weeks. I want to give that credit where it's due, because I do think that's an important piece to this whole equation that we've gotten here. But I think that Maddox deserves I don't know. I just to me, I'm a proud dad in some ways of being you have fought through a bunch of stuff. You fought through people telling you that
they do not get to this moment without Max Cutworth.
Right. Without Max.
Yes.
I'm saying so without Max, but then without Maddox being able to persevere through a bunch of stuff and people telling him I hate all the noise. I hate it.
He's incredible at blocking it out.
And granted, you guys know I'm a backup at heart. I text Zabransky about, hey, I think we should go with Max as a joke.
Yeah.
But also kind of hey, do we feed the hot hand or we bring the guy back? It's a hard decision to make, right? Who do you go with? There's no right answer until you play the game and Maddox comes out and balls, which is the biggest piece.
Oh, think about just Maddox Madsen. If he spent any time on the internet this past week, he had kind of a chip on his shoulder, I imagine.
I'm going to get up to a press conference here, but I want to add one more note really quick because we talk about the noise, right? There was a lot of noise surrounding Boise State's secondary last year, particularly maybe even the coach that led that secondary last year. Well, DeMario Warren has led that group back. Jeremiah Irby, Sherrod Smith, Amarion McCoy will go back to the secondary also. Tyler Stockton, the coach. Ty Benefield, elite, one of the best safeties in freaking America. I hope you guys enjoyed watching him on the Blue because he's probably good enough. If he wants to make a decision, he can. Either way, I just want to point out that group because you bring in the Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year and Anthony Calandria, right? He goes 18 of 38 for 225.
And nearly
and he was running for
half
his life
a dozen times.
And some of the plays he made was second-hand plays, on the run.
Nothing was in rhythm. Everything looked hard and difficult. Boise State's defense answered the call. That secondary, those coaches, the players, they deserve a massive tip of the cap. This is a guy that came in completing over 68% of his passes, and he goes 18 of 38 when it matters most.
Yeah. Jay, I mean, it really is. You've covered this team for so long. You've been around this team for so long. It is so cool to see.
DJ Schramm over here. Let's go,
awesome.
DJ.
He was part of the Blue Cast. So, Jay Tuster, Bronco Studios, you got a press conference. We're going to hear from that press conference. More to come. Shea Oladipo's going to join us live on set.
Look at that.
Three straight
Let's go, Bronco
Mountain
Nation.
West championships. More to come on the Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show. Brought to you by
everybody
DrinkSip.
down.
It's family. Yeah, but it's my friends too.
It's us.
Let's go bigger.
Hold up. It's the 07 Hook and Ladder.
It's communication.
Comunicación.
Okay, together is
Finding common ground.
Even when others say it can't be done.
Like Doctorson Insurance, on the same team.
my team.
That's together.
Let's go.
At Title One, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body. With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
Boise, football season is here. And whether it's touchdowns or turnovers, fans are still waking up happy thanks to DrinkSip non-alcoholic beer. Always fresh, lower calories, delicious taste. Celebrate the highs, rally through the lows, and always stay in the game. A portion of sales goes to help student athletes. DrinkSip NA Beer Company, brought to you by Bronco legend DeMarcus Lawrence and proud sponsor of the Horseshoe Collective.
Well, back at it. Look at that beautiful scene of Boise, Idaho, where the Boise State Broncos can call themselves the three-time Mountain West Conference champions, the only team to do that in the history of the conference, and a man that spent a lot of times in Mountain West football wearing the blue and orange. Shea Oladipo joining us now. You were locked in on the sidelines. I feel like you asked for a guy's helmet. Like there was a moment just for you. You are so close to this team. What is this championship in 2025, especially with this year it's been? What do you think it means to these guys?
Honestly, it means everything to see it happen. Like, truthfully, especially knowing that we won't be in this conference next year, it's the only way to go out. And you kind of get into it where it's like, if we lose, it's gonna kind of just leave a stain on our dominance in the conference. But now knowing that we walked out champions means that we're able to say, like, all right, little brothers, we'll see you later.
Yeah, thank you. You can say that because you played, but I think there's a lot of Bronco fans that felt that way. They just felt like, all right, so if you looked online, it was, I can't believe they're in the Mountain West Championship game, and UNLV's 10-2. Well, they were down 21-0 at one point. And Dan Mullen's a good coach, and that team's a good team. And Boise State was like, if you give us a chance, we will take care of business. And one of those guys was Ty Benefield, defensive MVP. What did you see from Buck tonight? Starts off with that big fumble recovery.
Honestly, the thing about Ty that even I got to talk to him about it was the way that every time you looked at a pass in the air, you saw him in the frame.
Yeah.
And I told him keep on doing it because eventually that ball is going to pop up in the air. It's going to be a Ty Benefield interception. But he flies around. He continues to just be able to be resilient and be able to honestly continue to make plays even after they give up a big one. You see right there, he's able to get off a tackle and make a tackle. It's a lot of people let a quarterback run out of bounds. He's willing to make the extra hit just to make a statement. So, yeah.
And you know what, Ty, like, he does have a decision to make, so who knows if he was thinking last game was his last game on the blue, gets this wonderful gift of playing for a Mountain West Conference Championship and did not disappoint. As a former quarterback, when you have a guy like Ty Benefield, when you're sitting on the bench, getting warmed up, reviewing plays, what's it like knowing you have a guy like that?
I'm watching the highlights, and first of all, I was watching the beginning of the game from the sideline. I was with a couple of former Bronco greats, Vinny Peretta, Kyle Ging, and I had a moment where I said, gosh, Ty Benefield is such a dude. Yeah. Like, he's such a dude. And this was on third down in the first drive of the game for the Rebels. and on the very next play, he forces that fumble, he recovers it. Like, that's the type of guys that it's just so exciting to have a part of our program, right, where as an alum, you're sitting there and you're watching guys and you go, gosh, such a stud, right? He plays hard. He plays a certain type of way. He's always around the ball. So on the, from the quarterback perspective or the offensive side, to have a guy that you watch on the other side that's always making it tough, he's always making looks difficult for the guys, and he's always physical. He's always flying around. That's what I love about our defense is they're resilient, and they're showing that as the season goes on. Like, I walked into the game today, and I honestly said we're going to win this game because of our defense. Yeah. Like that. I'm an offensive guy. I would love to score a bunch of points, but the way we win championships like tonight is because of our defense. And Ty Benefield is like that dude. Like he's that dude. So for me as an offensive guy, super cool to have guys like that on the other side.
Well, I mean, Calandria, Mount West player, or offensive player of the year, to limit him and to rush him. I mean, what's that like from when you were playing, seeing that quarterback run for his life? It felt like half a dozen times and barely just throwing the ball away. And as you see, also the rush defense as well.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to realize. I think even from my perspective, where I could be like, it looks easy, just grab him. It's never that easy, and it's realizing that you do have to work together. Stopping the quarterback, especially a mobile quarterback like Calandria, gets harder because you saw he fumbled the ball one play, spun out, and it's like, wait, where'd he come from? So it's being able to truly work together and play to your leverage. But honestly, props to the defense, honestly, at the end. Like, their offense starts driving down the field, scoring a couple touchdowns. They drove the whole length of the field. It's easy to feel demoralized by that, but not willing to back down and continue to get on the field and be willing to honestly finish the game off, because I was kind of stressed out over here. It was because I knew we needed one more stop.
Yeah. And they got it. 38-21, the final score. Boise State back-to-back Mount West champions. Now, touching on Maddox Madsen again, Taylor, and you know Maddox so personally well, and I know you guys are both good friends with him. What is that mental game like where you're coming back from injury, backup plays pretty well, there's a lot to prove, and oh, by the way, your first game back from injury is for a Mount West title?
I would love to put myself in his shoes, but I think it's unexplainable. I think that the fans have to understand, first of all, Maddox has been our guy for a couple years.
And this play,
right?
By the way, look at this play. What grit. I mean, took a hit.
I talked to him in the offseason, and he actually told me one of the things that he hoped he would use more going into this year was his legs, right? He said, I hope Coach Potter lets me run more. And I just think that he wanted to run more. He's kind of sneaky in that way where he can use his legs. I look at the game where it wasn't to be won by Maddox Madsen, right? Like, we did not need Maddox to go out and play a game where he threw for 400 yards and 4 TDs. Like, what we needed Maddox to do was what he did, which was control the ball, not turn it over, rely on his defense to make great plays, run the ball, and then I thought there were some really well-designed plays. There was a few
great play.
There was a few plays where our guys were running wide open. So let's give a shout-out to Nate Potter and those guys on the offensive side. Malik Sherrard in space is awesome. So I don't necessarily think that it was all about Maddox, right? Like, we're going to always give credit to the quarterback, but let's also keep in mind that the offense as a whole did a great job tonight, right? And putting up points when we needed to, fast start, keeping them at bay when we needed, and I'm still stoked, Joey.
Taylor's going to be shirtless on the 50-yard line doing field angels or whatever. Let's take a look at some of the team stats tonight. And my favorite team stat in the beginning of the game was, first of all, a 21-0 lead. But you look, more total yards, less rushing yards, and less passing yards. But again, never turn the ball over. And I thought when sometimes maybe we've wondered about this team's discipline, very disciplined and made the right decisions.
Sorry, but I can't help but point out the third down conversions. When people look at that, like, what wins games? It's third downs. It's moving the drives on the defensive side, getting a stop, and on the offensive side, keeping something going. That is such a key point to the game, is third down conversions. Yeah. So I always love pointing that out.
Well, we're excited. We got plenty to come on the Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show. Marco Notriani is going to join us. Shay, you're going to stay with me. We're going to talk defense coming up next and hear from a brand new Mountain West champion for the third time in a row. Marco will join us live on set next. It's the Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show, brought to you by DrinkSip. Perfect.
What does together really mean?
It's combining two things. It's family. Yeah, but it's my friends too.
It's us.
Let's go bigger.
Hold up. It's the 07 hook and ladder.
It's communication.
Comunicación.
Okay, together is
Finding common ground.
Even when others say it can't be done.
Like Doctors and Insurance on the same team.
My team.
That's together.
Let's go.
At Title I, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
Boise, football season is here. And whether it's touchdowns or turnovers, fans are still waking up happy thanks to DrinkSip non-alcoholic beer. Always fresh, lower calories, delicious taste. Celebrate the highs, rally through the lows, and always stay in the game. A portion of sales goes to help student athletes. DrinkSip NA Beer Company, brought to you by Bronco legend DeMarcus Lawrence and proud sponsor of the Horseshoe Collective.
Back at it, the Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show, 38-21, back to back to back. No one's done it in the Mountain West Conference. Boise State does it, and then we say so long, and we go to the Pac-12 Conference. What a win on the blue tonight against UNLV. 6 tackles, a sack, but more importantly, Marco, you are a Mountain West champion. How does that sound?
It's unbelievable. I mean, to be able to do it 3 times in a row, just a testament to the guys that came before, like Shea, long line of guys, and couldn't be more proud of the group, really sticking together throughout. Crazy year for us, for sure.
So, Marco, we got to see last year's Haj Malik Williams versus Caldero this year. What was the difference in preparation?
Oh, man. I think it was pretty much the same thing. 2 really good quarterbacks, dual threats, you know. So Chins did a really good job scheming that up, gave us the right play calls, and then we just went out and executed and trusted his calls, trusted each other, and really just rallied behind each other on defense.
Man, after they drive down the field, we both know that feeling. It's gut-wrenching. How do you rally the troops? How do you make them think about how we have to go out there and play defense again?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to talk throughout the sideline, in between plays, in between series. We know when we're out of character, we light up a lot of things, and when we're in character, we're rolling, we're unstoppable defense, and just reminding guys that that's not us. Get back in character, get back to doing your job. As simple as that. You know how it is. Stick to your fundamentals and technique, trust each other, do your job. And that's what happens when we kind of just rally behind each other after a long drive.
And Marco, that stop you made that made it 4th and forever, they didn't even put the yardage up there. That was a huge turning point. But I want to ask you about, you said in the beginning, crazy season. I feel like it's easier said than done than when Coach says, we got to keep believing. But how do you do that with a loss to Fresno State, then the loss to San Diego State? Like, to think, oh my gosh, guys, no, we'll be fine. We'll be in the Mountain West Championship game. Like, how did this team stay together when it felt like everyone on the outside didn't think we'd be here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even think about the Mountain West Championship at all. We just thought about finishing this season strong, sticking together, come together as close as possible, and by all means not separate at all in the locker room. And that's what we did, and we got blessed with an opportunity to play on the blue. And for the seniors, it's just super special to leave that kind of legacy here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 2 weeks ago was not the last time playing on the blue. So, Marco, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. Huge game for Marco, a champ again, 3 in a row. Well, speaking of the number 3, Latrell Caples, he's going to join us live on set. He's added another ring to his hand. The fearless leader, Latrell, will join us. It's the Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show, brought to you by DrinkSip. All right, man. Good.
What does together really mean?
It's combining two things. It's family. Yeah, but it's my friends too.
It's us.
Let's go bigger.
Hold up. It's the 07 hook and ladder.
It's communication.
Comunicación.
Okay, together is
Finding common ground.
Even when others say it can't be done.
Like Doctors and Insurance on the same team.
My team.
That's together.
Let's go.
At Title One, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
Boise, football season is here, and whether it's touchdowns or turnovers, fans are still waking up happy thanks to DrinkSip non-alcoholic beer. Always fresh, lower calories, delicious taste. Celebrate the highs, rally through the lows, and always stay in the game. A portion of sales goes to help student athletes. DrinkSip NA Beer Company, brought to you by Bronco legend DeMarcus Lawrence, and proud sponsor of the Horseshoe Collective.
Back at it live from the blue. Look at that score. Isn't that beautiful? 38-21. 3 straight times UNLV has tried to win a Mountain West title, and 3 straight times the Broncos have taken care of business. Back-to-back champs in the final year of the Mountain West Conference. It's the Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show, brought to you by DrinkSip. We got lights here. We can turn those off because, Latrell, we got to talk about the rings on your hand, my friend.
Yep.
How are you feeling? And first of all, let's talk about the pinky ring is just insane right now, man.
Yep. That's 2023, 2024. I'm going to put 2025 on the middle finger.
I like it. I like it. Maybe,
Yep.
you know.
The most important ring is the next one.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
But, Latrell, we've been asking everyone, a Mountain West champ, especially after what's been a crazy year, how does that sound to you, and how did it feel when it hit 0 and this crazy season ends with a title?
Oh, it was a great moment. We always stayed in the fight this whole year, even though it was up and downs. We believed in each other. They lined up opponents. We knocked them down even when it didn't feel like it was our time to come here. But, hey, man, God blessed us with this opportunity, and we seized it.
I feel like the receiver crew has been through a lot this year, right? Like you guys, you've had a lot of like leadership, yourself included, but there's been some ups and downs on the receiver side. But I just feel like tonight was a night where you guys all were coming back and healthy, right? And there was a lot to show up and show out for. Was there ever a doubt? Like I'm sitting here on my side of things, and I never felt like there was doubt. Was there ever doubt for you guys, especially coming back full force, that tonight was going to get the job?
Yeah, never any doubt that going into this game, we knew we were going to let all the bullets fly, and we just came out there and executed at a high level. I mean, Maddox came back. He didn't miss a step. O-line was on all 10, doing everything they needed to do. So just coming out here, being able to get the dub with my guys. As receivers, we know it's ups and downs. There's going to be times where things don't go smooth, but we were able to come out here, execute, catch the ball when we could, and we got out here and got our W.
Having Maddox back, what was that experience like? You Mad Dog, you're so familiar with. Then he gets injured. You have Max Cutforth back to Maddox. What was this week like? Where Spencer Danielson told us on Monday, Maddox was healthy, going to be the starter. What's that been like? That just Maddox, Max, back to Maddox.
Oh man, it's been good because we work with both of them. I mean, being able to get one's reps, both quarterbacks get one's reps, so we know what the ball looks like coming to us. So just being able to execute our job. I mean, we got to catch the ball regardless who throws it. So seeing those guys come in and get us the ball at a high level and we're actually able to catch it is great.
Well, I don't know.
We might have to get some of these guys on set. I mean, if we're doing this, we might have to get these guys on set. Like, I can't not get these guys on set. There's no way. Champions.
Yes.
Champions. Congratulations, fellas.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
What do you think of that? Isn't that beautiful? It's just, It's just,
it's not as pretty as the next one, right? Hey, congratulations to all you boys. Seriously. As an alum, could not be prouder, but I did not have a doubt coming in tonight's game that you guys would show out.
You either?
No, not a doubt. Seriously, there was not a doubt.
I told him we ain't have none.
On this field, there's no way those guys were coming in to beat us. You guys played out, but I'm just super proud. And Trell, just talk about like the group, like the camaraderie, your boys. Seriously, like what this year has mean to you as far as like having the group you've had.
It's meant so much. Because coming into this year, man, I wasn't even able to be in the spring ball with them. I wasn't able to do the hard things in the winter with them. So I was able to come back, hit summer hard with them, being able to hit decks with them, work out every day, post workouts, getting catches, everything, being able to just spend every second and cherish every second with these guys because I know it's going to come to an end. You'll never get that locker room camaraderie again. You'll never get the jokes. You'll never get the pizza nights on Thursdays when we go 100% in the walkthrough. So just being able to take all of that in and accept it for what it is, and I'm glad we were able to end it like this.
Here. Why don't you ask,
Come on, Chris Marshall. Yeah, you asked Latrell a question. Yeah, you're a better broadcaster than me.
I got a great question for him. How does it feel winning your third championship, three-peat?
I mean, it's just regular for real. It's just consistent. I mean, when you get to a point where you just keep winning and just keep winning and just keep winning, it's just like, I mean,
it's consistent.
It's just easy, you know. It just feels great. Being able to play a team we've already beaten like 5 times. I mean, they just line them up. You might as well tell them to make the rings. They give them out so easily.
Yeah.
So.
It's the Caples and Marshall postgame show. I like that. It has a good ring to it. It really does. But obviously the win, so sweet for you guys. By the way, just if you get any DMs from anybody from UNLV, 1976 was the last time they beat a Boise State team.
Oh, my goodness.
You guys were not alive. I know that.
My granny was
your
not
parents were alive. Yeah.
My granny was like 13.
Yeah, I think so. Great-grandma was in grade school the last time UNLV. Yes. So congratulations to all of you. Latrell, congratulations. All right, we're going to go with our Ridley's checkout, our horseshoe cues. Look at this. There it is.
Oh, my God.
There it is. Come on, Taylor. Where's yours? We're dancing. We're having a great time, and we are going to wrap things up. 38-21. Your 3P champions. We'll wrap it up. Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show. Coming up, brought to you by DrinkSip.
What does together really mean?
It's combining two things. It's family. Yeah, but it's my friends too.
It's us.
Let's go bigger.
Hold up. It's the 07 Hook and Ladder.
It's communication.
Comunicación.
Okay, together is
Finding common ground.
Even when others say it can't be done.
Like Doctorson Insurance on the same team.
My team.
That's together.
Let's go.
At Title I, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
Boise, football season is here. And whether it's touchdowns or turnovers, fans are still waking up happy thanks to DrinkSip non-alcoholic beer. Always fresh, lower calories, delicious taste. Celebrate the highs, rally through the lows, and always stay in the game. A portion of sales goes to help student athletes. DrinkSip NA Beer Company, brought to you by Bronco legend DeMarcus Lawrence and proud sponsor of the Horseshoe Collective.
Oh, back. Look at that scene. Look at the scene over the blue. 38-21. Boise State, 3 straight Mountain West championships. And listen, it may not be the classiest thing to say, but it kind of feels like you get to slam the door behind you, walk to the Pac-12. I don't know if Latrell meant anything by saying the next one's going to be on the middle finger for UNLV. I don't know. But, and this has been such a great scene here on the blue. These fans getting a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'll tell you, you guys played here, so you know what it's like to walk on this blue. I get to see these fans for the first time stepping on the field.
I thought that was your middle finger.
Yeah. That's right. That's what that's for Lauren, my wife. All right, but I think what's cool, what I love about this, when you get to host the championship game, seeing kids and adults' faces walking on this field for the first time, like, oh my gosh, we get to walk on the field. Like, these are moments, and I think, and I said it earlier, and Shay, I don't know if you heard, but like, this should be a lesson for Bronco Nation, that when things get a little, maybe not what we expected, with losses we didn't expect, stick it out. Absolutely. Because guess what? You got to buy tickets to a Mountain West championship game this year.
100%.
Hey, I'll go real quick, and then you jump in, but I absolutely think that's the case. I mean, we've gotten so content with
a little
winning.
cushy sometimes, I think.
We have won a lot around here, and that's awesome. And we always want to win. I think that should always be the expectation. And not to say that this year by any means was the standard, because I think it wasn't. I think there was a lot of times when we fell short of what we think Bronco Nation and our team should achieve. However, to have a coach that continues to provide belief in a team, to have a bunch of players that can continue to believe in the mission, and to be in a championship situation where we're hosting a championship game. That does speak a lot to our program, right? And so whether people want to say it wasn't the best year, we're not playing for Fiesta Bowl, it does not matter. It matters that we came out to win a championship, and we won it tonight, and I think that's special.
Well, Shay, you know Spencer so well. We've seen, you can look all over college football, there's coaches that get moody when the team starts losing. And press conferences get a little more sharp, and they get a little more down. Spencer's never done that. He has had a smile on his face. Well, he's been frustrated, I'm sure, but I think that's been important because sometimes college football coaches themselves ride the waves too much. You're like, whoa, do you think we have a chance? And I think Spencer's always kept that belief.
I think Coach D's truly, his faith in Jesus is what keeps him rooted, and you can truly tell he hasn't stopped taking the opportunities to proclaim the name of Jesus, and that's what this team really needed at that time, where we knew what the standard was, and guess what? We fell short at times. But we also knew that if we gave up and threw in the towel, that we wouldn't be here winning a championship, because just like 2 years ago where we went back to computers, we ended up back in a championship versus the same team, just at a different place, and everyone's like, well, you shouldn't have been there. I say this: Jesus loves Boise State. Put that on a bumper sticker.
I love that.
And honestly, I'll just throw in, I was looking at some of the stuff the last couple of days, and you jump onto ESPN, and there's only a handful of games being played tonight and tomorrow, right? College football. Well, I guarantee you half the nation that doesn't follow us closely jumped on there, and they're like, gosh dang it, Boise State's there.
There they are again.
There they are again, right? We are there every year, and that's a testament to the program and Coach Danielson and the staff, because we were there. We had a chance to get in it, and gosh darn it, Bronco Nation, we freaking won the thing.
All right, let's do some Ridley's checkout. Let's do some horseshoe cues. This is where you get to ask these wonderful gentlemen some questions. So let's start off with your questions as we wrap things up in what has been 3 straight Mountain West titles. First question on the screen for the boys to answer. I think it's loading. There we go. This is from Zach. Says, for Tharp, for someone who starts the season as a backup quarterback, how long does it take for you to build confidence? Just kidding. That's from last week. You can answer it again
I can
if you
answer
want,
that if we want to roll with that.
No. We'll get our new questions for this week.
I have a lot of backup quarterback perspective.
Well, there was maybe the postgame show we didn't know exactly we were going to run it back on the Mountain West Championship game. So we'll get those questions in a moment in the Ridley's checkout. But I think Bronco Nation, I think there are some that sit there and go, gosh dang it, when Coach D was saying we still got a chance, we still need to believe. All right, my mindset's changed. All right, we got some questions now for the Ridley's checkout. And again, you can, on social media, go #HorseshoeCues. What was Shay's favorite moment from last year's Mountain West Championship game? You know what? That was the field goal post in the river in Genty. It was much colder, too, by the way. But did this bring flashbacks to last year?
Not at all. I don't remember how cold or hot it was. To me, I was hot. I was warm. But my favorite moment of last year's, I think the 4th down stop after I chased the dude down was my favorite part of the game, where it was cool. I made a cool play. Everyone's going to remember it, but I will forever remember being able to look on the field and they didn't get in the end zone. So I think that was my favorite. And then honestly, seeing Ashton do what Ashton does was also, you never forget it. It was kind of weird watching him play football.
Where he was like, oh, we're on the 10-yard line. We got 90 yards to go. Okay, he could run that. Yeah, that's probably not a problem.
I will say, last year's game was such an incredible feeling because we knew what was at stake, and we got it done, right, to go to that big game. This year's game, though, just had this weird, feeling of excitement to me, personally, of, how did we end up here? How are we hosting this game? And we're about to go win a Mountain West Conference Championship.
That was cool to me.
Yeah,
to start.
I was super excited about the fact that, I don't know how we got here, but we're going to go win.
You know how shocked I was that we're here? Happy birthday, Mom.
Oh, okay.
Because I was supposed to be on a flight back to Colorado to celebrate my mom's birthday. I get a text from Coach Stockton. Once we find out, he said, you better be there. I'm like, oh, here
All
we
right,
go.
I'm there.
I like it. Hell yeah.
Are you?
Happy
is this
birthday,
like
Mom.
Did you send a card, or do you'll handle that later? We'll just figure it out. Maybe she's watching. Mom, you watching?
I hope she's watching.
Yeah, I hope so.
See your son. But
Yes.
I sent her flowers this morning. She forgot to
Oh.
call me, though.
Okay, she's busy. She's busy
hope
with her
so.
birthday.
Mama.
All right, let's get another question here for Horseshoe Q's with our Ridley's checkout. How much of an advantage is it to play on the blue for the Mountain West Championship?
Oh, my gosh.
In the 3 times they've done it, once in Vegas, they took care of business. That was the big game from Taylor Green, but last 2 times have been here on the blue. Taylor, let's just start with you from your yesteryear.
Well, I mean, I've always felt like the blue is a huge advantage, and I mean, there's times over the past however many years where it seems like that's not the case. But I feel like when there's big games on the blue, when it matters the most, and let's just talk about conference championships in the last couple years, or going back to when there's just big moments, like there's something about this place, right? There's no denying the fact that we find a way to win. We always have. The stats don't lie. There are times where we've slipped up, and that's frustrating. But, gosh, if we can't hang our hat on the pride of just coming out to the blue, I think as a fan and an alum coming into this game, like I've mentioned it a ton of times tonight, but, like, I just had this awesome feeling that there's no way UNLV's coming in here. All day it was raining. There's no way UNLV is prepped and prepared the way that our team could prepare for the elements. And, in fact, it kind of lightened up, and I was glad because I was glad that UNLV didn't have that excuse over us.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah, I got nothing else other than from myself and other players that I talked to. Like, there's just, yeah, we got this on the blue. Like, there's just no way we can't.
Shay, how about for you?
I definitely 100% agree. I think you probably agree. The amount of things that we have to do to earn the right to even play on the blue just makes you take so much more pride in it. And it makes you when you step on the blue, it's like there's a standard I have to play up to. But also when Bronco Nation decides to show out and lose their voices when they scream on third down, I always think looking up there and it's like 5 yards, 5.
Yeah.
The amount of false starts that we can honestly potentially cause makes such a big difference. Where I was talking to someone on the side of the field talking about how I'm looking at my corner like we're this close to each other. We're this close.
Yeah. You're like, I cannot hear a thing. Yeah.
But honestly, it's just the ability to also be able to win a game and then go back to your bed really fast instead of hopping on a plane is something that, as players, you really kind of look over until you just want to go to sleep. Because honestly, this all will feel surreal for a lot of the guys. I was talking to Buck in the locker room. He was just like, I have no words.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And honestly, Joey, real quick, it's just like, I hope Bronco Nation understands the influence they do have over this team, right? And I thought that the show out, honestly, with the weather today was really great. And I just think there's such a diehard group of Bronco Nation fans. But to Shay's point, like, when we're here and it's loud and it's against the opponent, it gives us such an energy. It gives the team such an energy. And when there's a third down stop or somebody doesn't make a conversion on the other side, like, it's just such a momentum builder. It is like, I know everybody knows it, but it is such an advantage to be here, to be in big game situations. And let's just say it's tied and it's third down in the fourth quarter. To have the crowd here cheering for the guys and to have us make a big play, like, that's it.
And for UNLV, it's deja vu. They had to do this last year. We're like, man, this crowd is rough. And then it happens again for them. All right, a couple more questions here in our Ridley's checkout as we wrap things up. Who's the better safety, Tyreek or Shay? Ooh, boy, jeez. All right, Shay.
I'm not answering that.
Am I ever going to not say that? Am I never not going to say myself?
He's an athlete. He's going to say himself.
I will always also pay homage to where homage is due and honor to where it's due. And Tyreek was my older guy. Tyreek was a guy who took me under his wing and honestly helped me grow as a player and helped me learn how to watch film, how to be able to tell tendencies of teams, how to honestly be able to put myself in better positions. So I think a lot of my success goes towards guys like Tyreek, guys like JL, and it's guys like Tyreek who also pour into guys like Ty Benefield. And it's just how it's a lineage of safeties who continue to stay connected, who allow each other to grow and be better than the next. Like, Tyreek would 100% hope I'd say myself because I'm after him. And I want to say that Ty Benefield is better than me because he's after me. And there's guys like Dominic Calhoun or Travis Anderson who I want to say are better than them. So we just start to continue to pour into each other that we could all grow and be better players.
If we ever cut up a clip, there's no more important of a clip than what Shay just said. And I mean the fact that, like, from the truest of all, like, origins of Bronco Nation and why we are who we are, that right there, what he said as far as older guys pouring into younger guys and setting the standard, and I'm not even trying to make this about, like, my own experience. That gave me chills, because I know as a Bronco from my experience how I was poured into. That is such a freaking cool thing, and I hope everybody understands, like, why we are good is because guys buy into this program, they buy into coaches, and they buy into the future generation. Like, it's not about us. Like, it is about getting to a certain point in your career where you understand that I'm not worried about somebody playing over. I'm worried about passing on what I know, so that the future of Bronco, like, football is that important. Like, that was awesome.
And we've seen that legacy. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you ask any Bronco fan of the last 20 years, they've got a list of guys that, I remember when he was playing, and then once he left, it was Shea, and then, I mean, it just continues, which is so cool. We do have some news for you, because we got an LA Bowl possibly. The LA Bowl, likely destination for the Broncos. Who do you hope to see? Now, we are going to let you know, Brett McMurphy, College Football Insider, reporting that it is a done deal. Just one source: Boise State, Washington in the LA Bowl.
Of course.
Let's go.
Let's go. Like, LA, SoFi Stadium's like the coolest stadium, I feel like, in the country as far as the tech and all that stuff. But let's talk about that first and foremost. If that is the case, if it is a done deal, and if it's Boise State, Washington in the LA Bowl.
Dang, they keep on getting running quarterbacks, don't they? But honestly, I think that they deserve to go in there and undo what we did. What was that 2 years ago?
Yeah,
we
2
went
years
there?
ago. Yeah, in Seattle.
That was, with lack of a better word, embarrassing is just a word to use. And honestly, I think that this team, if they go in and they prepare like they know that they should, and they go and they tackle and they stop the run and then limit explosives, that they can go and win that LA Bowl. Because we didn't get the job done against UCLA, but against Washington, we should get the job done.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, because in a year where I would say a lot of people have written off this team, and maybe all of us included at some point a few weeks ago said, gosh, this is a down year for us, to see where in just a few short weeks we've gotten back to go play a program like Washington, to go play in the LA Bowl, which we all know for Boise State, if you're not going to the playoffs, to go to that bowl versus any other is a huge win, because A, for the players, schedule. I'm a schedule guy. I worked in the program. To go play a game before Christmas.
For a lot of them, close to home.
Right,
you know?
close to home, and to play a game before Christmas so you get a little break after. All that stuff's so big. It might have been motivating factors tonight, to be honest with you. But, I think it just sets us up to have this great ending to an unbelievable, I don't want to say like amazing, but just an unorthodox type of season where we have proven to be a Boise State football team that shows that we will always be there. We'll always be a standard of excellence. We'll always be a standard of competition. We will always have guys that come to play. We're always going to have guys that, like, no matter what, we'll go to that game. I guarantee you Bronco Nation's going to show out at that game. I guarantee you we're going to put up a heck of a fight. And if we play like we did tonight, watch out.
Well, of
watch
course,
out,
that Washington team just a few years ago played for a national championship. So we'll see. That's from Brett McMurphy, but we could be sitting in L.A. This has been fun. I didn't think we were maybe going to be here 2 weeks ago. We already did. We already did our goodbye. But Tyreek Jones couldn't make it here. Shay, this is great. We'd love to have you next year and talk more football. This has been fun, and maybe you were the good luck charm. I don't know, because you show up when we're winning Mountain West titles. But
shout out Leather Jackets.
Yeah, I know. Both Shay and Taylor Tharp in the leather. From Mad Dog to the defense. It is, for the first time ever, history made. 3 straight Mountain West championships. Again against UNLV, again on the blue. And for the Boise State Broncos, next up, possibly the LA Bowl, but there's going to be one more game. Even the Grinch was smiling. He's a Bronco fan. For everyone that makes this show possible, congrats, Broncos. The Horseshoe Collective Postgame Show, 38-21, brought to you by DrinkSip.
What does together really mean?
It's combining two things. It's family. Yeah, but it's my friends too.
It's us.
Let's go bigger.
Hold up. It's the 07 hook and ladder.
It's communication.
Comunicación.
Okay, together is
Finding common ground.
Even when others say it can't be done.
Like doctors and insurance on the same team.
My team.
That's together.
Let's go.
At Title I, we're more than a title and escrow company. It starts with respect, and we pass it on.
Because humility makes us better teammates.
We stay hungry on and off the field.
And healthy in mind and body.
With integrity at every step.
And community in our heart.
Boise, football season is here. And whether it's touchdowns or turnovers, fans are still waking up happy thanks to DrinkSip non-alcoholic beer. Always fresh, lower calories, delicious taste. Celebrate the highs, rally through the lows, and always stay in the game. A portion of sales goes to help student athletes. DrinkSip NA Beer Company, brought to you by Bronco legend DeMarcus Lawrence and proud sponsor of the Horseshoe Collective.